Coach's Corner is your source. Baseball, football, soccer, and hoops. The Coach's Corner has the scoop. It's the Coach's Corner with Andy.
Covering Tri-State sports, it's the Coach's Corner with Andy on 92.1 The GOAT.
It's the Coach's Corner.
Hey, I'm Andy with Coach's Corner, and I have two very special guests here with me today. Carter McCauley returning again. We had him on a few weeks ago. Greencastle Antrim High School football, and his teammate Noah Shifflett, also playing Greencastle Antrim High School football. Noah is a linebacker over there for the Blue Devils. Carter, you were a wide receiver and a defensive back. Noah, you play a little running back as well. The reason we have them on today is we're going to basically talk about them making the Mid-Penn Football All-Stars. Congratulations, guys, first of all. How does it feel to be named to the Mid-Penn Football All-Stars team?
Noah?
It feels pretty good. It's kind of an honor going into it. You know, that's always a goal, you know, show people that you're like worthy to be there. So I was happy I got that and proud.
And as a junior at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carter, what about you?
I was just happy that I was able to set goals and, make them. And that's the biggest thing for me is that, like, setting high goals and being able to accomplish them, because I'd rather set high goals and not get them than set low goals and make them. So,
Yeah, exactly.
For this guy.
Yeah. So, Noah, you made the second team defensive team as a linebacker. What goals did you have going into your season as a junior at Greencastle, and did you achieve those?
Well, I knew last year, my sophomore, I didn't play much on varsity, but I kind of like followed the varsity and kind of got a gist of what it was like. And I knew that our position that I filled this year was it's a very vital position on our defense. And I knew I was going to focus a lot more on defense this year than offense. So I kind of took it seriously in the offseason with my coverages and making sure I knew where I was on all plays and helping my teammates know where they were too.
So the defensive side of the ball was where you shine the most. Obviously, You didn't do too bad at running back as well. As looking over a little bit of your stats. Had a couple touchdowns, some good yardage on the season. But those like you said, those defensive stats, they really stand out, and that's awesome that you made the second team All-Star team. How did everybody treat you around school once they found out you made the team? Were you a little bit of a celebrity?
No, not really.
Well, Carter's already won because he broke the record. But.
Carter's a lot different, but no one really treated me different. I mean, I told some people and they said congratulations, that's nice. I told some teammates, but they were just they kind of nod their head and say good job or something like that. But nothing
just
crazy.
Another day. So Carter was telling me a little bit about your season and that an update for you. You actually fully tore your ACL, MCL, right? Towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
So, and you still made the second team All-Star. So that's awesome in itself. But what's the rehab look like for you going into the off season? Does it affect any of the other sports that you play? And will you be ready for next season as a senior?
So I get surgery next Tuesday, the 3rd. My doctor was talking to me and he said it's an 8-month time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts me at August 3rd. So I'll be back before the season, but rehab's definitely going to be a process. I gotta listen to my doctors. Gotta listen to what they tell me to do, and don't rush it, obviously, because I know I play baseball in the spring, but obviously that I found out that's a no-go. So that's challenging to hear when you play another sport that you can't play it, but. I understand it, and I just got to follow my doctor's process, and I'll be back before next year.
Well, you'll have your senior year in baseball as well coming up.
Yeah.
And with everything today, technology-wise, and, new recovery, rehab plans, who knows, you may be back in time or before August. So good luck to you on your surgery coming up. That's I think you'll be fine, and I can't wait to see what you do for your senior season. Now, Carter, we had you on a few weeks before. We talked about your record that you broke at Greencastle, the all-time receiving yards record. You made first-team offense as a wide receiver, but you also made the first-team defense as a defensive back. And we talked a little bit about you playing defensive back the last time we had you on. But obviously, the offensive side of the ball, opposite of Noah, it was where you shine. So how did it feel to make first-team offense and defense?
I was kind of surprised because it sounds like I obviously gave 100% on both sides of the ball, but I definitely leaned towards the offense. So to know that I got first team defense was honestly pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it. honestly, I wasn't expecting to make anything for defense because I would sprinkle defensive back and I'd also play outside linebacker. So I didn't really know what I would get there because I wasn't too bad at linebacker, but like sometimes it would be too much for me and I would lose some of my sparkle on offense, if that's what you want to call it, playing linebacker. So they'd move me back to DB. So I thought it was pretty cool. I was happy, definitely happy about it. So yeah.
And Carter, you mentioned you're planning on playing football when you go to college.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about that. Noah, do you have any college plans for football or a different sport?
I'm definitely considering playing football in college. It's not a done deal yet. I'm kind of like switching between like what I want to do after high school, but college football is definitely one of those things that definitely catches my eye and just seems like a fun experience and stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I wish you the best of luck. Now, I didn't know what I wanted to do coming out of high school either. So don't feel. My advice to you is don't feel rushed. Go with your gut and just trust what your heart tells you, and you'll be fine. I mean, nowadays, who knows what's going to happen? Things could change in an instant, right? So, but good luck to you both. Carter, any updates on your college? Any others reach out to you so far? Have you visited any yet?
Delaware just reached back, so that's cool. So I'll know about going there probably around February. So that's cool. That's pretty cool. And then Westchester also reached out. So yeah, we're getting once it gets to December and January, that's when like everybody's season's over and they're gonna start recruiting more. So that's when it's gonna get heavy. So
that's when it kind of ramps up.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So when colleges reach out to you like that, is that because of your guys' coaches that give them the information? I know you guys have the websites nowadays where you can make your athlete profile. Do they use that? Do you have to get coach recommendations? How does that usually work?
So sometimes, our coaches definitely know a lot of people, so they definitely send a lot of emails out. And then also some people will like DM me on like Twitter, on Twitter. So like Westchester texted me on Twitter, but then Delaware responded back to our head coach about me playing there. So it's kind of a mix of both.
Do you have any colleges you plan on visiting that haven't reached out to you yet, or you plan on reaching out to?
None yet. I'm excited to get official visit to Shippensburg and Shepherd and like hopefully Delaware too.
Yeah.
So
Shippensburg and Shepherd, I don't know too much about Delaware, but I know Shippensburg and Shepherd have great football programs. When I went to Shepherd University, and they were very good then, and they're still very good. That's where Tyson Bagent came from. The Chicago quarterback. Yep. He actually, I think he might have. Yeah, I think he's about my age. So he might have been there when I went there. Really? Yeah, I commuted. I didn't really stay on the campus much, so I wasn't too involved. After high school, I was like, I'm just going to get this degree and be done. But, Noah, do you have any college places you would like to possibly look at? Do you want to stay local, or are you looking to go a little bigger?
I haven't like put a lot of thought into it, but I definitely don't want to like stay super local. Like, obviously, like if that's where I go, that's where I go. But I kind of want to go a little far somewhere. Like, I'm not talking like across the country or anything, but a couple hours away wouldn't be bad, just to kind of see the like different states and kind of be on my own a little bit, kind of like make sure I can like maintain, I guess, a good life like away from all my family and stuff like that.
Yeah, far enough away to where you feel like you made an impact leaving, but close enough you can go home whenever you want.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Cool. So, since we're on the topic of football, I feel like with Thanksgiving coming up tomorrow, it's only appropriate we talk about the football games coming up on Thanksgiving Day. Noah, you said you're a Steelers fan.
Yep.
And Carter, you're a Commanders fan like myself.
Yep.
Neither team play tomorrow, so we don't have to worry about stressing out about that. But Chicago's playing at Detroit. I don't know how much you guys are following the NFL right now, but Detroit is one of the teams to beat. They're a Super Bowl favorite. Yeah. I'm actually picking them to go to the Super Bowl myself. I think this game might be a little bit of a blowout. I'm not 100% sure, because when you get in special games, I'm sure you guys know all about this. When you get in those special games where you play a rival, the atmosphere is a little different. The players are a little more, hyped up. Chicago could make an impact here, but we'll have to wait and see. Do you guys think which game are you looking forward to the most? Chicago, Detroit, the Giants at the Cowboys, or the Dolphins, the Packers?
Probably Dolphins Packers.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the best games. I kind of want the Cowboys to lose, being a Commanders fan, and they just whipped us last week, and it shouldn't have happened. Man, I turned that game off. I know. Did you watch it, Carter?
I watched like the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, that was the exciting part.
Yeah.
They started to make a comeback, and
The
then
onside kickoff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Return.
They McLaurin had that like 80-yard touchdown reception, and I'd given up on the game by then, and me and my wife were putting groceries away, and I heard the TV, and I was like, "What?" So I walked back in, and I sat down. I'm like, I'm watching, and then Seibert came in to kick the field with the extra point, and they missed it, and I was like, "Yep, back off you go," and I turned the TV back off.
I remember like when I would see the highlights, sometimes it wouldn't show the score, but I remember watching the highlight and seeing the camera shake, and then I knew that was a big time play because like when it gets really loud, the camera shakes.
Oh yeah,
kind of just like the Minneapolis Miracle.
Especially at FedEx Field, that field's about to fall apart. So
everything was shaking.
Yeah, right. So Noah, your team just came off a tough loss too. Steelers losing to the Browns on Thursday.
That was terrible. We got we what? I think we beat the Ravens. Yeah, we beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
Who are a team to beat, and then the Commanders, another team to like. Those two teams are probably some of the best teams in the NFL, and then we go out here and lose to the Browns. It's just
well, that's just an example of Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston was hyped up. Yeah, football, exactly. Anything can happen. I mean, you got to factor the weather into that too.
Yeah, it was snow.
Yeah, I mean, did you Pickens' interview after the game, and he said the Browns, he basically said they still suck.
Yeah,
and they won because of the weather.
He's crazy. He's
entertaining.
Be allowed to be interviewed.
Yeah, right. Or they probably do it on purpose to get him get the team attention. I mean, I would. Well, yeah. I mean, it's the NFL. They're NFL players.
They could get fined.
500 or a couple $1,000 is a drop in the bucket for them. So But yeah, I agree with you, Carter. I think the Dolphins-Packers game is going to be good. The Dolphins are one of those teams that are kind of like, are they good? Are they not good? Yeah. They have the offensive weapons to be good, but they put it together. And now it is in Green Bay. It's at Lambeau, so that's going to be tough. Yeah. But I mean, Dolphins are looking good. They could be one of those resurgent teams. That I think the Giants are going to get. I don't know, that Giants-Cowboys game. They're both horrible.
That game's probably going to be boring to watch.
Yeah, it's either going to be really boring and nobody's going to score, or if anybody wins, unfortunately, I think it'll be the Cowboys. But the Giants are just the worst team out of that one.
They have no offense. They have Malik Neighbors, and that's it.
Yeah, that's about it. And they just released Daniel Jones, I think, right?
Oh yeah,
man, that guy, the owner and coach, got to be feeling like idiots after that, because didn't they keep Jones just to get rid of Barkley?
Pretty much. They I saw in the offseason they did like the Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And that's like a series where it showed like the offseason, and they talked to Jones how he was their guy, and that he thinks now that he can lead them to a farther run than what they have, or a better season. He just did the complete opposite.
I mean,
isn't it Danny DeVito right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought Daniel Jones might have been the guy too before this season and last, because he did show flashes of being a decent player and leading the team, but I think it's more than just him in that organization at the moment. But it's got to be a sore spot to see Barkley doing so well, and thinking, man, if we would have just kept him. Though I think if he would have stayed in New York, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing now. So,
he doesn't have the line.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and you can't, you can only be so successful if you don't have a decent offensive line. So you guys know that. So. Well, hey guys, thank you so much for hanging out today. Congratulations again on making the Mid-Penn football all-star teams. And we'll check in with you, Carter. We'll check in with you when you maybe decide on some colleges and where you plan on playing. Noah, we'll check back in with you coming up maybe next season. We'll see how your rehab went. I know, Carter, you're into basketball too. Hopefully we can touch base on that too as well. But I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time off school. And good luck on your surgery next week, Noah.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And thank you guys for stopping by today.
No problem. Thank you.
If you'd like to be featured on the Coach's Corner with Andy, email coach at 921thegoat.com.